All right, we're here at Cavs Media Day, and we are with the legendary former Cavalier, former NBA player, and current mayor of Warrensville Heights, Brad Sellers. First of all, welcome. Second of all, this team now, expectations have changed coming into this year versus last year. What is going to be their adjustment period to deal with the new expectations versus what it was at the beginning of last year?
Well, first of all, Dario, thanks for having me. But I would tell you, to your point, expectations have risen tremendously here, I think, in not only just in this city, but across the NBA landscape, period. We finished up at such a high clip last year, and I think whet the appetites of people around the Cleveland area. I'm very excited about what's happening here. I'm excited to do the radio for the Cavaliers again this year, and I think that the addition of Donovan Mitchell and bringing Ricky Rubio back solidifies this team to some of the needs that we had apparent weakness in, and we went into the play-in games last year.
So, Brad, we all know, what you do now, but I'm gonna throw it back to the '90s, right, when you were playing and winning titles with the Bulls. We saw a little bit about, a little bit behind the curtain with The Last Dance and the documentary with Jordan. What was it like being on a championship team where we talk about the expectations of this Cavs team, right? But that was really your life, maybe times 1,000, right, with the Bulls. So what can these guys sort of expect, right, going from city to city and being rock stars and everybody's gunning for you? You're going to get everybody's best shot. What can these guys expect?
Well, I'll say this. It's so reminiscent of me being in Chicago because we were just too young and dumb to know that we were even doing something special. We were just having fun, right? And so when I look at the youth on this team, it's very similar, eerily similar to that, right? So I don't think that last year when we got to the play-in situation, we really understood what it was really going to be like. The notches of the game were going to go up. I think that's why the addition of Donovan Mitchell solidifies that, because his playoff experience that he has out in Utah is going to come here to help solidify it. But here, let me just be clear. The NBA landscape is wide open, and the Cavs are in the mix, and this is post-LeBron era, and I think this is about the most energetic I've seen this entire fan base in here since LeBron left town.
So you just brought up, you had mentioned the play-in, and the Cavs were in the play-in, lost 2 games. I haven't had a chance to ask a legendary NBA player this. How do you feel about the play-in? About the existence of the play-in tournament? Do you think it's good for the game or bad for the game?
I just think it's great for the game. I enjoy it, right, because I like all money in, all bet on black. Let's see what's going on. Put your chips on the table here, right? Because at the years before, it got stagnant because people arresting people, you sitting down, and an old school guy, that unnerves us, right? Because you're supposed to play it out all the way out. And I understand why they do it, but in this game, that puts meat on the table at the end that you have to fight for. Now, we played well enough to be a playoff team last year, but for some injuries, it eclipsed that. Now we had to be in the play-in. So it did us a disservice, but guess what? You got to earn your way in here, right? And once you earn your way in here, then I think it enamors you to the fan base, and enamors you to the league. Cleveland has something special here that is brewing, and I think everybody around here sees it, right? So now it's upon us to go out and prove that this wasn't a fluke.
All right, thank you, sir, for coming on the show and spending time with us. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for being with us. We appreciate it.